There we go. What's this thing on? Hi, it's Jess from Stark Skincare. Second time I tried to record this video, my camera just started beeping at me and then it stopped the first time. I think it ran out of space. So I deleted some stuff and let's have another go at this. So I'm having like a weird day. I feel kind of like blah. I couldn't really get myself started. I've been very emotional today and just kind of stressed and blah blah. Anyways, I thought maybe filming a video would feel kind of good. I've been really into filming lately, and so I'm hoping that I could actually do 2 again this week because yeah, I'm having, yeah, like I said, like I'm having a lot of fun on YouTube. I'm really enjoying it. I really like the interaction with you guys, trying to get to all the comments. Like I'm getting more comments than I ever expected and just really happy. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're watching this and you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe because it's really good for my ego. Kidding. No, but it is important for my video to like actually like pop up on people's feeds. If you subscribe, it sort of like helps the YouTube algorithms. Or so my husband and I think. It's all just like magic science. What am I even saying? So today I was taking a cue from Marie from And the Color Green, who I suggest that you follow. She puts out really great videos, really good content. She did a video today based on a template that Lab Muffin Science created. So Lab Muffin Science is another great YouTube channel. She's a cosmetic scientist who, or cosmetic chemist, I should say, named Michelle from, I think she's Australian. She's either Australian, maybe from New Zealand, but I think Australia. And she's super clever and funny. She puts out really informative videos. Like if you want to know everything about sunscreen, like go check out Michelle's videos. She's very fast paced. She's very funny, like I said. And she's also great on Instagram. Both these women are great on Instagram as well. So follow them, but not before you follow me. So Michelle made some templates. Marie did a video based on one of these templates, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna do the same thing. So this is the template. It's called My Skincare Sins. So the first one is picking at spots. So I've done 2 videos about face picking, and you guys know I'm like a recovering face picking artist. I had a bit of a relapse recently, more than once. I've mostly got it not out of control, I got it under control, but yeah, whenever I get really stressed and I don't know, like I've just been having a little bit of breakouts lately and I've been trying to ignore it or to, you know, just treat it very gently, but unfortunately I did do some picking. So I've got, well, it's kind of covered up now, but I do have a few post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation because of my skin tone. That's generally what happens. People who are olive and darker, we have more melanin in our skin. So that means that we just tend to have like post-inflammatory marks that like are worse than the pimples themselves because they can take months and months to go away, if not years. So it's something that anybody with a little bit of color needs to really be very conscious of. So number 2 is hot showers. Yes, I take scalding hot showers. It's ludicrous. Like my skin will boil basically. Pretty sure that's why my hair probably doesn't even grow, come to think of it, because I'm probably like scalding my hair to the point where it's like brittle. Yeah, it's a problem. But like I hate tepid showers. I love tepid tea or like tepid coffee, but I hate a tepid shower. Like I need really hot water. It's probably because I live in one of the coldest places in the world. Thank goodness. Only in the winter though. It's like Ottawa is often the coldest capital on any given winter day of the world. So that's insane. Harsh scrubs. So, I mean, we've all done the St. Ives apricot scrub at some point in our lives. That rhymed. It gives you hives. There's a little like limerick or something about that, isn't there? Like, I went to St. Ives and there was a man with 12 wives and 6 cats and I don't know. But anyways, we've all done that scrub. I mean, I think I was probably like 12 the last time I used it. Then after that for me was that orange scented Burt's Bees one. I don't know how harsh it is. I'd be interested in actually looking at the ingredients list now that I'm like a formulator, because it didn't feel harsh to me, but I haven't used that one in probably like 15 or more years. They probably don't even make it anymore, to be honest. Do you want to come in? Come on. You don't like it when you think I'm talking to myself, do you? Louie's in the house. Next is no daily sunscreen. Okay, so I'm really diligent about sunscreen now in my life, but I have definitely not been in the past, like at all. And yeah, I do have some sun damage, and it makes me very sad because I'm like I've been so diligent like for the past decade, maybe even a little bit more than that, but I definitely did some ruining in my childhood, in my teens and early 20s, like because I have sort of darker-ish skin, I don't need sunscreen in the sense that I don't get a burn very easily, and I tan very nicely. So like it felt to me like that was my God-given right, was to tan when I could. So, you know, it just, I don't know, the knowledge, it seems like the knowledge wasn't there back then, you know? Like, I feel like millennials now and people younger, it's like they grow up with their parents just like obsessively slathering sunscreen on them, but like it was not like that in the early 80s / into the 90s. Like, I don't know, like it just, hi, wanna come sit on my lap? Thank you. Yeah? You have sun damage too? You do not. You do not. You're solar powered. My son asked me if cats were actually lizards because cats are always basking in the sun. You know what? I think he's onto something. Oh yeah, so I wanted to do a little Stark product shout out today because I put on the Elate MD physical sunscreen today. I think I used number like 47 or something like that, and it gives me such a white cast. Like, it was insane. I almost came on camera like with the white cast just to show you guys because it's absurd. And then I put my makeup on and I looked like a mime. Like, it was hilarious. But I did my whole makeup routine even though like it looked off. And then when I was done, I spritzed a bunch of petrichor all over my face. And that set everything, and now it's like the white cast is gone, my makeup looks normal, and everyone's happy. So my mist, petrichor, look at this. You see how fine the mist, is? Like, I think that's the key to using a setting spray, is that you have to have that really, really fine mist. So this is a toner. I mean, like, you use this, you know, usually like in your skincare routine, like before moisturizing or like putting on your oil, but it's really, really great on top of makeup and crazy white casting sunscreen as well. So I just thought that I would give you guys that tip. No affiliation with this brand. So next is inconsistent routine. No, I'm pretty consistent. I mean, I use mostly my own products. I switch it up once in a while with, or, you know, I sort of throw in a couple of extra things once in a while. I do experiment with other brands. Like, I've tried, you know, lots of stuff from like my colleagues or competition, whatever you want to call them. Because I like to know what's out there. And lately I've been going on like a drugstore journey where I've been trying lots of drugstore stuff because I feel like I need to know like what's out there, like what's in the mainstream. And I feel like, you know, like it's like there's some musical artists that might listen to a lot of music for inspiration, or just to, you know, to hear different sounds, or to just like hear what's out there, you know, whether it's like, you know, listening to jazz, even if they're like a hip-hop artist, or like listening to, this winter I was listening to a man called Boubacar Traoré. I don't know how to say that properly. He's from Mali, but he lives in Paris, and he's got like, it's like I think it's West Africa, right? West African mixed with like blues, and but he's got like this like French influence. Like it's really interesting. And in Mali they also speak French, so if there's a lot of French in it, and then like whatever the Malian languages. I'm sorry, I should do like 3 seconds of research before I actually like talk about these things. But you know, it's like you can take a little bit from everywhere, and when you're creating skincare, you take inspiration from a lot of things: nature, food, science, other brands. It's limitless. So yeah, I do experiment. What was even the question? I'm like talking about world music and I don't know. So yeah, inconsistent routine. My whole life is pretty inconsistent. So yeah, my routine, but not to a fault, I don't think. Like, I don't think it's, I don't have a stash of skincare like you see on Instagram. And I use a lot of dark skincare, obviously. Hi! Next is not patch testing. No, I never patch test unless it's like an actual ingredient that I'm going to be working with. Once I dilute it to like the recommended amount, I will patch test it just to see what it's like, obviously. So, but with like actual skincare products, again, unless we're talking about like as like for formulating, because like I am my own guinea pig. No, I don't really patch test. Skipping moisturizer. No. I don't ever skip moisturizer. What's next? Sleeping and makeup. So rarely does that ever happen to me. Like, you know, back in the day when I would go out, like in Montreal, it was de rigueur to go out, like to go out at 1 a.m. I know there are some cultures like this, like my in-laws are telling me in Argentina it can be really similar. I noticed also in Spain it's very similar. Like people go out super, super late, like dinner at 10 or 11 o'clock, stuff like that. And yeah, so we used to go out in Montreal. We'd head out to like the clubs, the bars, the whatever, 1 a.m. and then go to like the after parties and the blah, 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 and then like get home at 6 a.m. I don't know how I ever did this. I used to nap. And yeah, I guess sometimes I would probably fall asleep in my makeup for sure. If I had any makeup left on me by the end of the night from like dancing so much, I'm probably just like sweating it all off. Blah. Too much sugar. Okay, so I've recently quit sugar. Well, it's been like 3 months now, although I have like cheated a few times. Sugar is pretty well eliminated from my diet. So it's not a current problem. However, it's a past problem for sure. I used to eat way too much sugar. For sure my skin has suffered from that, like just an absurd amount of sugar. Next, not changing your pillowcase. Like in my 20s, when I didn't have my own washer and dryer, I didn't do that much laundry, so for sure I would forget my bed clothes over like my clothes, because obviously, like, you know, what do I care more about? My clothing. So, but nowadays it's not so much of a problem. We wash our sheets pretty much every week. We change them. Yeah, like we change everything weekly. I have a pillowcase that I love that I will be reviewing in an Analog Beauty video. Next is adding many products at once. Like new products, no. I don't tend to hoard and purchase many different skincare products all at a time and then bust every single one of them open at a time. I'll usually incorporate like one new thing into my routine, and then I sort of have like a storage bag where I put extras and that I want to be testing out later. So that's kind of how I, you know, like add new things to my routine. So like, let's say like I'm trying out a vitamin C serum, but I also bought, you know, a new retinol and like a new hydrator or something like that. Well, I mean, like a hydrator with one of those other two products would work, but I wouldn't necessarily try something very active, like, you know, incorporate retinol and vitamin C all of a sudden right into my routine, two products I've never used before. That's crazy talk. No, I do not do that. So that's not one of my sins. I'm too prudent for that. So that is it. That's this whole list that I want to go through. It actually took me way longer than I thought. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm not feeling extremely eloquent today, but I don't know. I just felt like being here and just saying hi and think it did make my day a little bit better. Hope you have a great week, and I will see you later this week. Bye! Don't forget to subscribe, tell all your friends. Don't over exfoliate. Okay, bye.